So what if we could guess exactly what 2024 is going to look like for you? What if we know what the finances are going to look like, what your total net worth will end at, what your debts are going to look like? Are you going to get a lot of your debts paid off? And what will that total number be come December 31st of 2024? Welcome to today's morning meeting. That's going to be our topic today. I'm Greg Luther, the one guy that meets with you every single week to help you in growing your real estate business. And today we're going to talk about 2024. Now is the time to begin planning. If you haven't already done so, you might be a month behind the 8 ball here. But I wanted to talk about what you need to do to put together a game plan that makes sense for you. Those of you that are Inner Circle coaching members with us, last Thursday we did the call where we talked about breaking down line by line exactly what you should be doing to generate the kind of revenue that you need. So there's a lot to be said for goal setting, but goal setting is a waste if you don't have a plan to reach those goals. You can very easily say, oh, I'm going to make $1 million this year. Okay, how? Can you document on a piece of paper how you're going to do that? And does that actually make sense? You can't say things like, I'm really going to buckle down. I'm really going to get focused. I'm going to make a lot more money. That's not a business plan at all. So one of the most important things you can do as an individual business owner here is make sure that you're planning to win. You know what you're doing every day. You've got an agenda in front of you that's written out. It's not just in your head. It's actually written out so you have something to follow. One of the key factors to making this work for you is you need to leave your current environment. Now, this is big. A lot of people don't think about this. You're not going to be able to sit down at your desk in your current location and be in the right mindset to create a game plan for an entire year. You can't do it because you're in your own element. You're in your normal surroundings. You've got your pets there, your spouse is there, your normal internet distractions are there. You're going through all of the things on the internet that are distracting you from actually fixing your business. Let me ask you something. What if you left your current environment? What if you rented an office for the day? Don't go to your brokerage office because you know that area too. I want you to find a Regis, or I want you to, even if you go to a hotel and rent their conference room for 3 hours or something, or their boardroom, just a table and a chair. Like, how can I get out of my current environment because it's going to change my mindset? There's not going to be things that I'm looking at that I look at every single day that are distracting me from my success. So the reason this came about is over the past 2 weeks, many of you know, I've spent a couple of weeks in Nashville. And my goal was to get out of my current environment so I can plan accordingly, not only for all of our real estate agents and the members that work with us, but for my own businesses as well. I own several businesses. I want to make sure that 2024 is going to look the right way. I've got to get out of my own environment. I've got to get to a position where I'm thinking the right way and I can get that creative mind going. You're not going to get creative unless you get out of your comfort zone. So for you, it may be literally just renting a Regis office for a couple of hours. They generally charge $20 an hour. So if you rented it for 3 or 4 hours, you'll be shocked at how different your mind starts to focus, what you start to think about, and some of the things that you can do by being in a new place, a new environment, even if it's right there in your own town. You don't have to leave town by any means. You don't have to make a big deal out of it. Just go to a different office. Maybe your title company has a room that you can borrow for a few hours. Get yourself in a different environment. I'm telling you, you'll think differently. You're going to be a lot more creative. And most importantly, you can start to go over your financials. You can look at what your goals are for 2024. You can look at what's your total debt and what is your total net worth so that you can make sure those numbers get where you want them to be. One of the things that we've been talking about here lately is I teach a lot of agents how to get to zero, right? They're $110,000 in debt. How do you just get to zero? How do you get to equal with homeless people that at least don't owe any money? They may not have anything, but at least they got to zero, because you can't build until you get rid of all that debt. You get rid of the IRS. You get rid of the credit card payments. You get rid of the medical bills that you have. You get rid of the car payments that you have. All of those factors have to be adjusted very quickly for you to get to the net worth that you truly want. So I want you to get yourself into a different environment and start to plan those things accordingly. Now, on the call, and I'll probably show you some of this, and we may even do a little overlay, but we talked about, what your plans look like for 2024, how many closings you need, where those closings are going to come from, how much money that makes for you. We may do a little overlay for that or something. But, you have to plan this out the right way. As the saying goes, if you fail to plan, you're planning to fail, right? And we've all heard that before. If you fail to plan, you're planning to fail. So you have to get this laid out. You have to get it in a position where I can look at this piece of paper here and I can say, okay, here's what my goals look like, and here's where my money's coming from. We did our offer campaigns, and by the way, these are the offers that you should be using for 2024. If you don't have that, you can jump onto the member's website and you can download that. You can watch that full training as an Inner Circle coaching member, because we're literally showing, this shows, and I know it might be reversed with my rear camera here, but this shows literally, what am I doing in January, February, March, April, May, June, July? So I know what my offers are, and I just have to deploy it. It's very simple to do. I just have to deploy that offer. So I think you're going to find it will be very helpful to do it the right way, have it planned out, and know that, look, the market is getting tougher. There's no question. The market is getting much, much tougher out there right now. You have to plan accordingly. There's going to be a lot of people. There's going to be herds of agents that are leaving the industry. You certainly don't want to be one of them. So as you start to push forward with, January 1st just around the corner, I can't believe it's a couple of weeks away, what are you deploying? Are you deploying it a couple of days before the 1st so that it hits them on the 2nd or the 3rd, and we can really hit the ground running here the right way? Or are you going back to the same thing and having a New Year's resolution of, oh, I'm really going to buckle down. Oh, I'm going to try harder. I'm going to get focused. I'm not going to have all the distractions. I'm not going to procrastinate anymore. Well, yeah, but then what are you going to do if you don't do that? Do you have a plan in place that's going to allow you to do that? Again, there will be masses of numbers of agents leaving. Just unbelievable numbers leave. We're already seeing that, 6 figures. Over 100,000 realtors have already left the industry. And it hasn't even, the dues are coming up again. Guess how many are getting ready to? So, you need to think about a check-in accountability. You need to check in with a coach, with a mentor, with someone that, like I myself do that. I'm involved in mastermind groups and that type of thing. And I have to hold myself accountable each week. Like, if you're in a weight loss program, as an example, what's it called? Weight Watchers. The reason Weight Watchers always worked is because you had to show up every Wednesday night at 7 o'clock and weigh your fat ass in front of everybody else. That's the only reason it worked, because you didn't want to be the only one that didn't lose weight. You didn't want to be the fat ass on Wednesday night. So the accountability was there. The reason their business is failing is because they tried to switch it online. Well, nobody sees you on the scale if it's done online. The reason it worked is there was accountability. Everybody else was going through that group, and you want to make sure you're not the worst one. As a matter of fact, you may be competitive enough to be the one that lost the most amount of weight, but you got to be there every Wednesday at 7 o'clock. You got to weigh in. You got to have people clap because you did so well. That's an accountability factor. I have that in my own business. I do that for real estate agents as well. We've got a lot of agents that move up to, a one-on-one level with me, or even just more commitment to what they're doing in their business, because they can check in. The call we had on Thursday, that's every other Thursday. We're checking in. We're working on our business. We're tweaking things. We're just messing with it to make it a little bit better. Every single time we have a meeting, we're tweaking things just a touch to make it better and better and better and better. And over time, just like you can't lose weight overnight, over the course of a month or two, you see massive improvements in your body, your physical, your mental mindset. Same is true for your real estate business. But you have to have that commitment to making it happen. Because I'm telling you right now, if you think that's a cost, like if you say, well, I don't want to do that, Weight Watchers is too expensive. They charge me $50 just to go there and weigh myself. I promise you'll lose more weight if they charged you $300. It's a bigger commitment. You're going to lose more weight if they would quadruple their charge. You would lose more weight because there's more in it, right? It's too easy for you to let $50 go. So you don't have a problem with expenses. You have a problem with income. When we get to the business side, your business has a problem with income, not with expenses. You can buy a $100,000 Mercedes that you only use to show houses. And you can be like, well, I don't have any buyers to show. You'll figure it out. A Mercedes is like $2,000 a month. What do you need? one closing every 4 or 5 months to pay for a brand new, don't trade in your other car, keep that too. That's ridiculous. And then you can have a home on the other side of town. Let's do stupid stuff. Let's buy a house on the other side of town. $3,000 a month? What do you need? One closing every 3 or 4 months? You don't have a problem with expenses. Your income sucks. Fix your income. Now, I don't recommend you buy another house or another car, but I'm showing you the example. What you should be doing is putting that money towards retirement, but you should be focused on fixing your income, not worrying about your damn expenses. Your expenses are garbage. It's absolutely nothing. It means nothing. We were talking about on here what we need to do to, if you remember, you can recall the coaching call we had. The example we went over, you need to have a marketing budget of $3,300 a month. Well, that's only if you want $400,000. You don't need to make $400,000, but if you want to make $400,000, you need the $3,300. That's all there is to it. Well, what if I only want to make $200,000? Then we cut it in half. And that's an example, right? It can be changed. You can go higher or lower. You should be going higher. Again, you don't have a problem with expenses. If you're making $400,000, why the hell do you care? But again, that's a step-by-step approach, starting from zero, starting from I don't have any money, I don't have a credit card, that type of thing. That's a plan. That's creating a plan that makes sense for you to generate the kind of money that you want, but you have to keep a solid marketing agenda. Again, going back to, I'm just looking at my handouts from our last call here, and again, as an Inner Circle member, you've already got all this stuff, but I sent you that link for you to fill in your own form, where each month we know exactly what we're doing. We know exactly what we're going to be doing every single month. If we're doing the perfect home finder, if we're doing the new construction offer, whatever it is, we can keep building and know when March 1st rolls around, boom, here's what I'm sending out. No question. I've already planned my year. I don't have to think, I wonder what I can do. I wonder what I can afford. Oh, how much is that going to cost? We're not doing that because we made lots of money in January and February because we did the right things in December and January. So it's not a problem of what can I afford to do or what should I do or what's my confidence factor if this is going to work or all the crap that agents deal with. It's because they haven't planned their year correctly. So I want you to sit down today, go rent an office today. You could do it same day. Find a Regus in your area. There's a whole bunch of them. I think WeWork went out of business, but if you go to a Regus, R-E-G-U-S, they just rent day offices. There's all kinds of small businesses that are there. You can go rent a day. You don't even need a conference room. You just need a quiet place to go. I know you think you can do it in your house. I'm telling you, you can go sit in your closet. Your mind's not going to work the same way as it does if you go to a new environment and you really get creative. You have to have a new surrounding, different things around you, not your current desk, your current couch, your current kitchen table. It's not going to allow that creativity you need to really lay this out the right way. We talked about that on the Inner Circle call. But you cannot go into this next year without a game plan that makes sense. I mean, let me know from now that 2023, let's say 2023 is gone at this point. It pretty much is from a production level. You're not going to get something in contract today that's going to close this year, particularly with the holiday. So let me ask you, what do you think is the number one reason you didn't earn what you wanted to in 2023? What happened that changed it? Now, of course, a lot of people are going to say, interest rates, like that's going to be changing for 1,000 years. It's always going to be going up and down. But what do you think really held you back? Let me know in the comments right here too. What do you think really held you back? It might even be worth you pausing this to leave a comment below. What do you think held you back in 2023? Or what can you change to do better in 2024? Leave a comment here. I want to read through and I want to see kind of what everybody's thoughts are. It also shows me you actually got this far. So congratulations getting this far on a video when there's so many videos on the internet and they have like free pictures of boobies and stuff. Like you're actually focused on your business. You want to do well for yourself and your family. You're focused on the things that are going to make you money rather than all the distractions that are just time wasters out there. So you're doing the right thing. Congratulations on that. But let me know your thoughts below. What do you think is really holding you back here? What do you think held you back in 2023? Or what changes will you make in 2024? Because you might even say something that can be inspirational for others. The most important thing is we go through these weekly morning meetings. I want to make sure you are following this channel and you ring the bell. You turn on notifications because you don't want to miss this. I'm going to be meeting with you 52 times in 2024 right here on YouTube. I'm going to be meeting with you 52 times. It costs you absolutely nothing. You're going to get little nuggets of information that will help you to grow your business. And finally, you can hit the numbers that you've been trying to hit. You can experience the results that you've been trying to experience as long as you're following the page here and you ring the bell, because following the page doesn't do any good if you don't turn on notifications. So I want you to succeed. I want you to share this with other agents. In 2024, we're going to create a big impact. I can assure you the things that I'm doing for real estate agents will create a big impact for those that are following. It is not going to be a waste of anyone's time. We're going to make sure that you're profitable. So hopefully this has been of service to you. Let me know your thoughts below here. Anything I can do to help you, please reach out. I'm here to help you out. You should see some info in the video description below. So if you check out the video description below, you'll see some links to get fast closings and some other free resources that will help you out. I'd love to help you in growing your business. We'll talk soon. Bye-bye for now.